Good morning, guys. How we doing? Is everyone doing well? Because man, I'm doing great. I'm doing so great. Obviously you know why, and that's because Crystal Lake has finally dropped a full-length track with their new vocalist John Robert Santorino, who was the former vocalist of the Last 10 Seconds of Life, which was a good band, but you know, I never expected him to be the replacement for Rio. But that one teaser track, Denial, sounded super promising. It's been too long since we've had new Crystal Lake, so let's not dwell with this intro. So this is Crystal Lake Rebirth. That's enough chit chat, right? Ooh. I'm trying to wait for this one. All right. Ooh. Absolutely. Holy shit. He's doing a fucking great job, man. This is cool. Very, very cool. Ooh, forgot to breathe there for a second, man. Alright, this is already a cool structure. This music video is so cool too. Everything about this is just awesome. Final Fantasy boss. Kind of want to play Final Fantasy 16 right now, just saying. Oh, that's how it ends. Wow. Yeah, let's got some things to talk about, so let's move on to the review. Wow. What? What a song, man. This is very good. So, you know, I think a lot of people are worried about Crystal Lake, you know, having a replacement to Rio. And with this track and Denial, I really feel like you can put those worries at rest. This was an insane vocal performance that does feel like it's influenced by Rio. So it still feels like Crystal Lake, but it still feels fresh. So that's another thing. It doesn't just sound like another Crystal Lake track. This sounds like almost like a I was going to say Rebirth. I get it. I get why the song is called Rebirth now. Okay, yeah, it's a rebirth of Crystal Lake, man. Let's move on to the pros and cons. The number one pro has to be the vocals. I think that's the main thing that we want to talk about, right? So, you know, I think John has like a big shoe to fill in with replacing Rio, and I can see a lot of people are very skeptical. I've seen the comments, right? But it is what it is. The band needs to move on with a new vocalist, and John did a fantastic job here. You know, it's still a little bit different in pitch. It doesn't hit those same like low gutturals. Maybe, you know, he can. Like I've heard some Last 10 Seconds Life, you know, but really I love his range and his power in this track, right? It feels very similar to Rio in that regard, but I really feel like his delivery worked alongside the music here. Similar to Rio's style, but also was doing new things, especially in that when I was getting to those clean, distorted moments, really felt fresh and new to the band. So I really like that aspect. Pro number two is the energy and just power to this track. This was a very powerful song, from just, you know, monstrous, like low tune drop guitars to these frantic drums. It just sounded huge and epic in scale, and then the ending to the track was just grand too, but in a different kind of style. Just the power to this track was just overwhelmingly grand, and what a cool way to showcase new music from this band who took, you know, some time. Another pro is that ending was just epic. So, you know, I mentioned before, a lot of metalcore bands are doing these, and deathcore bands are doing these breakdowns that end the track that are really filthy and disgusting. It's cool, but it's getting a little bit played out. So like, what else can you do? And I really feel like the ending to this track really captured something fresh, unique, and just so different, but it also fit the context of the song, right? It just felt like the band was just like almost angry and intense in the first half, and then second half just coming to full terms, like, all right, here we go, kind of thing. Like, this is the new Crystal Lake. Honestly, really cool. So another pro is just the structure to this track was awesome too. So many comeback tracks from metalcore bands follow the same cookie cutter formula, which is not bad. You know, it tends to favor pretty well in Spotify playlists and stuff. It's a little bit more easy listening for the casual listeners, but it's really cool that Crystal Lake dropped a new song that was just structurally felt kind of progressive in its structure, and also just like was so intense and different towards the end stylistically that it just seems like such a cool way to challenge the listener with a new single, right? So honestly, lots of cool things. Another pro is just production to this was amazing. Everything came to life. Nice finer details, very polished. The kicks sounded amazing. Even the like little sound effects towards the end of the track just sound really cool to make the song come to life. Let's move on to the cons. No cons. This was really cool. Visually, music video was awesome too. That's another thing I want to mention, but you know, my rating for this is a 9. This is a 9. Nah, it's 9.3 now. Crystal Lake is back, and oh my god, they're fucking back. That's all that needs to be said. They're back. Dude, this was a wild track, but guys, that is my thoughts on Crystal Lake Rebirth. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are, so comment down below, spice up my life. Guys, what you think of this song, I'd love to know. Also, if you got to this point of the video, haven't clicked off yet, then I appreciate you today, man. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to leave a like, enjoy the video. Also, if you got to this point of the video, comment down below who Crystal Lake should tour with. And if you do, that means you watched the entire video, and I'll know, so I'll heart your comment. But on that, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, peace.